Guys, it's Homicide in Town. This video is about fire extinguishers. I'm going to talk about fire extinguishers, how to use one, and we're going to discuss what type of fires that you might encounter and how to notify a fire when you see it. You want to be able to identify that fire. So it's good to have these in your house. I own a bunch of fire extinguishers. I got about 3 of them. These are the biggest ones that I have. They called A, B, and C dry chemical fire extinguishers here, and they good for all type of fires. We're going to address those type of fires. I'm not going to do any demonstrations. This is just a quick explanation about different type of fires. But I'm going to show you how to check them. This is how you check them. These are rechargeable, are reusable. As well, you can refill these, and you contact this number here that's on here, and you can bring these, and they will give you a new. This place here is located. You take your fire extinguisher there, for an example, not here, but if you have a fire extinguisher and they have this label, this tag on here, this is very important to have this tag on here, and it has the year to date on here. So usually, if it's on a green, it's fine. Once it goes over here, that means you have to, that means it's overcharged. Right here, this means it says recharge right there. So pretty much, this is the pin right there. And then it has what type of fire extinguisher this one is. It says it's punctured right there. Say A, B, and C dry chemical. You got BC dry chemical. You got carbon dioxide fire extinguishers. You have all type of fire extinguisher. Class D. You got water mist. You have all type of fire extinguishers. But the most common, you got the purple K. You got the loaded screen, the water one again. You have a wet chemical hairline. You have clean agent. It's all type of fire extinguishers out there. But again, the most common fire extinguisher you're going to run into everywhere you go is the A, B, and C. And we're going to discuss what the A, B, and C is first. The A, B, and C fire extinguishers, number A is trash, wood, and paper. When I took fire extinguisher training, we learned the rules of 4. And the rules of 4 is pull, stand back in a secure location, aim, squeeze, and then you sweep side to side. So it's pull, aim, sweep. But you also need that distance too. So that was the rules of 3s when I learned those steps when I took fire extinguisher training. And then we had to put out real live fires, and stuff like that. But if you don't have a fire extinguisher, then you just out of luck. But it's good to have these in your house. I keep one in the kitchen. I keep one in different areas of my house, because you never know what type of situation you might be in. Could it be electrical fire? Could it be a chemical fire? Something with liquid like grease or oils and stuff like that when you're cooking. I have seen and I have heard stories of people who have thrown water on oil fires like greasy stoves and stuff like that and burnt themselves up, or and made the fire worse than what it was. Some even got electrocuted because they poured water on electrical fire. So we're going to discuss these 3 different type of fires because people should know this. Number A is trash, wood, and paper. You know how to identify that fire when you see it. You would know what type of fire it is because you would see paper burning. You would see different type of natural things burning, that's paper related or cloth related and stuff like that. So that would be considered as a class A fire. A class B fire would be liquids and oils and stuff like that, things that's flammable, grease and etc. A class C fire would be electrical equipment fire, like such as circuits, cords and stuff like that, different type electrical. You will know electrical fire when you see it. Plugs and it could be a device, electrical device. You don't want to pour water on that. You don't want to pour water on a liquid fire as well. You know, if it's something flammable, you do not. That's the last thing you want to do on a stove or anything like that. You know, so those are the three different type of fires. The way you use a fire extinguisher, you pull the ring out. This is the ring right here. These are rechargeable and reusable. These fire extinguishers. Some are disposable as well. So you also you want to at least once a month check your fire extinguisher, making sure it's, you know, it looks okay, that there's no nothing you want to expect it. You want to make sure it's all right. So that you want to make sure you do that. And if it's not all right, you take it to where you got it from, and then a lot of places you can replace them, or you got to pay some money or something like that. But rule number one, you pull the ring out like that. It shows you. Some of them don't show you, but it shows you the steps right here, the instructions. Number two, you start from 8 feet back. Aim at base of fire. Number three, use extinguisher upright. As you see, you pull down, squeeze the lever upright. So the fire extinguisher got to be upright like this. Number four, sweep from side to side. When you sweep from side to side, in a side to side motion like that towards the fire, and you stand, at least you keep your distance. So you stand about 8 feet back. You know, so I say 10 to 8 feet, and depends on how the fire are, you know, how it is or whatever. They also got YouTube videos on people putting out cars and other things, minor fires. And I seen one video. It was 2 guys had a fire extinguisher. They came out. It was a black guy. His vehicle was on fire. 2 Arab guys came out and they put his vehicle out. His vehicle was in flames. They came out with fire extinguishers this size, the one I got right here, and put his whole vehicle out without the fire department even coming out. But they still came out eventually. But I'm just saying, you know, these things are effective, fire extinguishers. This one is Advantage. It's by Badger here. They're a popular brand. This one here is a smaller one, just a little smaller. It ain't that much smaller, as you see. But this one's just a little smaller. But these are reusable. Some of them is disposable, but they have the different type of fires, as I just showed you the first time, you know. So the most common fire extinguisher that you should have is A, B, and C, and that's the reason why I showed you the A, B, and C, because pretty much you can use this for a lot of different things. They also got little cans, aerosol cans and stuff. They say those don't leave a residue behind and stuff like that, but I'm familiar for what I'm familiar with, and that's these fire extinguishers here. You know, I keep a fire extinguisher in my car, a gray one. You know, I know the mist and a water fire extinguisher, those are they're not in a red canister. They inside of a chrome or like aluminum looking aerosol canister. You know, and they look nice, you know, and they for water, you know, they got water inside of those or whatnot. But pretty much it's good to have fire extinguishers. I keep one in my kitchen, one in different parts of the house, and then one in my vehicle. You never know. I have seen vehicles on fire and blow up, and one car catch a fire right off the next. I even got, when I was patrolling certain areas, I ran into a vehicle on several occasions on fire. And then in my playlist, you'll see some of my work-related videos of arsonists outside my area. We ran into, me and my partner, we was patrolling, and we ran into a vehicle. One vehicle got caught on fire, then the next one, then the next one, then it was like 5 vehicles blew up that day. We called the fire department. You know, they came out and put the fires out and stuff like that, but we didn't know who did it or whatnot, you know. And we was getting off work that day, you know, and you know, it was crazy. That day was very crazy, and I have seen cars, you know, different cars throughout my life blow up or whatever. That particular day, we did not have a fire extinguisher. We had one, we probably could have put that fire out, but we didn't have one, so we had to call the local fire department. But it's always good, even if you see a fire, that's the first thing you do is call the fire department. Then, if you able to, you could try to put out the fire, distinguish the fire or whatever, you know. So these are great fire extinguishers, and it's good to have one or two, at least on every floor of your house, or whatever place of residence you have, you know. And if you got multiple floors, it's good to have one on each floor, additional floor, because you never know. You don't want to go downstairs and run upstairs to go put out the fire, or run downstairs to go put out the fire. After you see it's a fire, then now you got to go back upstairs and get the fire extinguisher, then come back downstairs. So it's best to have one on each floor, Not unless the fire's in a room and the room is barricaded and you can't get to it or something like that, then that'd be different. But let me know what you guys think about my fire extinguisher video. It's good to take fire extinguisher training. You can go to your local fire department, and then they have courses and stuff like that, and they have different sections on when they're doing the fire extinguisher training, and it's good to have that training. You will put out live fires and stuff like that, and look into that, guys. It's good to know how to do a lot of multiple things, and also I even got masks, for smoke and stuff like that, and I will make a part 2 to this video, with those, and I'll show the gas mask. And I'm also ordering the fire extinguisher cabinets, because I got the wall mounts. These sit on a wall mount, but I'm getting the fire extinguisher cabinets so I can place these in there. You see them everywhere you go, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But you will see those everywhere you go, and they got fire extinguisher on there, and inside of the cabinet you got to bust the window out to get to it. But the ones I'm getting, they got a latch and you just pull it straight up. So let me know what you guys think about the fire extinguishers, and let me know if you guys got any in your home or your place of residence and stuff like that, and then we can just have a little discussion in the comment section, and other than that, thanks for watching Homicide in Town. Post your comments. Thank you very much for watching, and this is non-flammable too. I forgot to say that, and pretty much that's all I have for you guys on the fire extinguishers. All right, Homicide in Town.